Hi there, I'm just wanting to do a talk on spiritual awakening and the importance of it. And obviously this is something that I experienced, and people can believe that I've had this experience or not. It's not about me having this experience really. The wider picture is about the global awakening, so it's about awakening as many people as possible. But regarding my experience, for those that might want to believe that I've had this experience, basically, it was at the age of 24, and up until that point, I was very confused, a lot of anxiety, didn't really understand what I was wanting. And then at the age of 24, I sat down and had enough, and then it was like a within power was coming through me, and then I started to manifest this awakening. I didn't know it was called an awakening at the time. I knew I was going through a spiritual experience, and later I started to research on the internet to see similar experiences, and found out that what I was going through was a spiritual awakening, and it's been going on ever since, for 8 years now. And basically ever since that awakening, it's been relentless knowledge. And for people that read books, or they're psychic, or they're gifted, that's one level. That's level one, but there is infinite levels you can go to. And you can only get to these infinite levels of infinite knowledge, of infinite gifts or whatever, by going within. And that's all awakening is. And it's not about being better or worse than anyone else, because when you wake up, you realise that it's all you anyway. It's that everything's actually you. It's all just a mirror of the same one infinity. Basically, we are God, but split to experience the glory of God. And the glory of God is actually you, yourself. And you go deeper and there's actually no self at all, actually, because everything must start from nothing. Meaning that everything we're going through is just experiences to experience this nothingness, or to experience what life is and how life manifests from nothing. That's basically what we're going through. Yes, so that's basically what we're always going through. All life forms are going through a different version of the God, of the infinite consciousness. Doesn't matter what creature it is. And the spiritual awakening, it happens when you're ready. Remember, when you awaken, I don't like to say better or worse, but you're going now. You've experienced a lower level of life, which is the human life. When you awaken, you're going to you're going to infinity. You're going back to the real self, and the real self is like a state of infinite love. It's like this infinite love you're now developing towards, and this version of you, the divine self, is a much different personality to the old self. And so in awakening, you're aligning with that. But for people that maybe haven't had this experience, it just means that you're not ready yet. When you're ready, you will wake up. You will just go within when you're ready. There won't be any questions. When I had this awakening, I sat down, had enough, and then it was like a within power came through me. Obviously, the heart space, the soul was coming through, and that was my time to awaken. But it happens when you've had enough. That's when it happens. And I realised that heaven is not a place, a separate place, because you can only experience your own emotions. Doesn't matter where you go, right? You can only ever. So heaven is a state of awareness. That's what heaven is. It's not a place. It's just a state of awareness. See, a lot of things out there are just basically symbolic, but of things. And like I say, heaven to me I've realised now, is a state of awareness. You can only ever have your feelings and stuff like that. It doesn't matter where you are. You can have all the kids in the world. You can be to all the great places in the world, but if you don't feel good within you, then it'll be hell to you. And so our emotions are what we are. Everything is emotional. Everything is just emotional energy. And once you awaken, this is another thing that happens, you start tampering with energy, and you start, realizing, hey, I don't need alcohol anymore, I don't need this drug. And you're gradually taking away these little things that you needed before, because you're getting more comfortable with this power that you're tapping into now, this energetic power, and you're getting more confident with it. But my philosophy is to not rush things. Don't try and just, if you're not comfortable with something, don't do it. My philosophy is to always feel good, because I believe that's the quickest way to ascension. But this is how it happened to me, and totally unexpected, this spiritual awakening. And some people might not want to believe me, because they think that they can't have one. But anyone can have an awakening, because I'm no more special than anyone else. I'm just having a different experience, but it's the same one. If everything comes from nothing at some stage, which everyone would agree that at some stage you must have nothing, then you can't have any better worse, because we're all the same nothing. There can only be one nothing, and that nothing is all of infinity. So that's why this, in my opinion, this can only ever be a dream. It can't ever be real. And that's what I think that this is. It's just a dream. I think that the nothing is just a state of infinite awareness. Therefore, it can manifest an experience, because you would have to be an awareness to produce an experience from nothingness. That's what the nothingness is, and that's all we are. And you tap into this infinite awareness by, like I say, going within. That's how you awaken. If you really want to awaken, you will. It's all to do with your subconscious, your subliminal parts. When that is ready, and your consciousness is ready, your conscious and your subconscious, then you will awaken. But it's to do with perfect timing. Consider it divine timing. And that is what it is. It's a certain stage, because remember, you're going up to the very highest level of your awareness. You're going to the divine level. You're going to the God consciousness. So everyone can't just ascend to that level. It's got to happen when you are ready for that. It's got to happen when you're ready for that. And but like I say, it can happen to anyone if they just acknowledge their soul. But no one acknowledges that. That's why so many people are awake. It's still a small percentage of the planet that's had awakenings. That's because when you feel so low, you get to a point where you just have enough, and then you listen to your soul, like what happened to me. But like I say, it happens when you decide. That's the way it is, when you're ready. That's what I mean when I say you're ready. You're deciding yourself. But anyway, I'm just going to end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.